drugs, sex, power. These are the enticements Satanists use to lure teenagers. Another is music, specifically heavy metal or black metal.
I think music has always been a powerful media all the way through. I mean, music was important to you and me, and it's important to the teenagers today. And we're not anti-heavy metal, but we're anti the heavy metal message that is causing death and destruction. And the symbols that they're using are so blatantly occultic that it's very difficult for us to overlook that kind of thing. For instance, if we take the album cover from Slayer's album, Rain and Blood. It depicts a message to young people that maybe consciously they don't receive, but subconsciously they're receiving this message. On the front of this album cover, Satan is depicted as a goat, which is very familiar to the Satanists. They know that that would be, the goat would represent Satan. And he is seated on a wooden throne. And the wooden throne is being supported by two people. Now, in the hand of this goat is a decapitated head. And, of course, we're finding decapitated bodies all over America, and that is a common way for a Satanist ritual to occur, is to do the decapitation. And so he's holding this decapitated head, which emphasizes the bloodletting ritual and the murder. And then the throne is lifted up and being carried on the shoulders of two men. The man in the foreground is wearing a mitred hat, which we know to be the hat of a pope. And so that man represents organized religion or the church. Behind him is another man who is carrying the throne of Satan not only on his shoulders but across his neck, like the stocks would have him in bondage. And that man has horns and a forked tongue. And when you look at that, you think, oh, this is one of Satan's demons. And yet if you look carefully, his hands are very prominent in the picture, and they have nail marks in them. And the only man depicted throughout history with nail marks is Jesus Christ. And so what this thing is saying to them is that Christ and the church will support the rise of Satanism. And in addition to that, then there's the sea of blood that is flowing into a huge sea below Satan, that all the faces are down in the sea that he has taken captive and have become his victim. And the very in the forefront, there's a face that if you take that face and put it up against the face of George Washington, you'll see that they're almost the same. I mean, they're so identical. And so what we're saying here is that Satanism is going to take over our country, and that it is going to be brought in and supported by Christ himself and the organized church.